Good afternoon. This is Jay Reynolds and an update on a 50 mango tree orchard polyculture, and it's approaching 3 years. It's almost at the end of the second year, and I planted this originally with mango trees, papaya, vegetables, banana, and ice cream beans, vegetables, all sorts of things. The first year dominated was sweet potato as a ground cover. The second year I planted sunshine mimosa right here. It dominated the second year, but it seems to be either declining or just dormant. But what has really happened, the main ground cover that's dominating is longevity spinach right here. They were planted in the center of the beds, raised beds, and it's starting to run out. I was maintaining it by cutting it back, but I decided to see what happens if it dominates. So the second year also I planted a row of banana trees down the middles between tree beds, and also legume trees. That's a small ice cream bean. Some did better than others. Some are waist high or taller. Some failed. They were direct seeded. The coconut trees here, those are 2 years old. They've come along really well, and I put in a fern understory under the coconut and sea grape hedge. The sea grape is a windbreak. It was there previously, but it's really come along. I've let it grow quite tall. And so you can see the longevity spinach is really dominating. This area had no maintenance other than one chop and drop at the beginning of the summer. No maintenance at all during the summer. And I've just completed a chop and drop. I brought down bananas, yam vines, weeds, whatever, and piled them around each mango tree to keep giving them some life. Bananas produced a lot of biomass. So this first row is sweet tart, lemon zest, and they are starting to flower right now. We're in January, and we have had some good cold weather. That's a fairly good ice cream bean tree. It's doing its job as a legume. I haven't chopped it back very much. Some are much taller. The ice cream beans in the middle there, they followed papaya, and there's a survivor papaya. He's around going on 3 years. Still making some fruit. Some of them didn't make it at all. Some of them are still making it. So we have sweet tart, lemon zest, sweet tart. They're also in bloom, just now starting some bloom. I put in ice cream bean, as I said before, and some failed. I've also started using some interlobium, that's known as the ear pod tree, and they're doing very well. They're probably the fastest legume tree I've tried in this plot. A little better ice cream bean there. There's a much better ice cream bean. That's the Inga, and it's much better, that one, from direct seed. So as you can see from compare to the pictures before, got considerably more shade in this area than before. That's one of the original ice cream beans. It has really come along. It's probably 12 feet tall. Should be making some beans this year. So through the year, I did harvest quite a few bananas out of this plot. I have quite a few chaya plants in here. That one's been chopped back not that long ago. Then some papayas were harvested. These are the guavas that I put in the second year. They made a pretty good crop this summer, and they're getting ready. I'll prune them back when the rainy season starts. Some didn't make it. Pretty sure I had some nematode issues with them. This carry, she's starting to flower again too, starting to make a good flower. So you can see that the longevity spinach has really come to dominate this plot. The sunshine mimosa is still here. The vines are all still covering the ground, and I think they're going to come back to life pretty quick as the weather warms up. This was a trellis with lucina trees. I had 2 trees and grew yams on it. Still have some to harvest. There's one that I started to harvest. That's the Dioscorea trifida yam, known as Yampi. Had some interesting things that came up in this plot. Passion fruit. The squirrels planted quite a few passion fruit in here for me, but they're really just too unmanageable to keep in this area. So there's the last row of trees, and on the far edge, there's our new house. Just moved in. On the far edge, the second year I put in a 100-foot hedge of Chinook. That's what those are for. It's an edible green, but also just use it as a chop and drop. Just another plant to take up space and provide some material to use. So there's Maha Chinook mango. It's making its first bloom. It didn't make anything until this 3rd season. It looks like we're going to have some fruit this year. Very good bloom coming on that. Not sure how far down I'm going to be able to get here. The pool makers are building our swimming pool, and they hit water about 3 feet down, so they're running a pump. I have quite a few malanga, which is the xanthosoma root crop, and they're getting a nice bunch of water from that pool excavation. It's being pumped out. They have to keep the pump running on that pool to keep it dry. So that's the end of a update on the, let's call it a full 2-year-old food forest. Started April 2017. This plot was pure sand, nothing but sand. So a lot can happen in just a couple of years. That's all for now. Bye.